Figuring out a puzzle, sort of.
Yes?
I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with me for a while.
Oh, right, because we call the cab
Let
company.
me guess. Because of the big storm that's blowing in. Everyone in the city's freaking out, and you can't get a cab.
You're
Man,
one
both
heck
those
of a
options
guesser.
are so awesome.
Person at the bank told me. Just before she put me on hold for 2 hours.
What?
Don't worry, we've got plenty of food here. Beds, candles. You're welcome to stay.
I'm going to keep looking around.
Whatever.
Well, at least now we know we're stuck here. That's progress.
You must be using it to build a nest or something. Look, I had all those books arranged so they fit perfectly in that
Really?
box. Put them back in, okay? I don't have time.
I just want to look through this one book.
Go right ahead. After you put all those other books back.
That was the awkwardness about the iguana.
Oh no.
So you started recording right when I have to solve a book puzzle or something.
I'm so sorry. At least this one doesn't seem too tough.
I don't know, man.
No, maybe. Man, why is this guy anal?
I can't believe I solved this just by putting the books back. That seems weird to me.
Guess it wasn't so tough after all.
Here we go. Oh, great, we got a number to call. See, I knew there was probably some library thing going on here.
Stupid iguana ex machina. Yeah, screenshotting it, so.
No, that's what you should be doing.
Okay.
That's right, I forgot about the whole crystal skull part. Whoops.
Yeah, we forgot why we were playing this game in the first place. Man.
Oh man, this sounds very Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah.
Ooh, a repository.
And left behind some skulls.
Okay, we'll need, I guess. Ooh, cool.
Incan Emperor Atahu.
There we go, finally.
Man, we've got so many number puzzles, it's practically like we're in case closed.
Heh, funny. Well, at least we don't have to hop trains yet. And solve a murder through ticket schedules. It's still one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Only in Japan can you solve a case like that. Okay, I got it. Enough. Okay.
Ended up in France.
Ugh, such history. In Texas now, what the heck? That's
So the skull ended up in the.
It's pretty
hands.
awesome English for like some weird huckster.
Yeah.
Hey, finally Louisiana reference.
So it disappeared, and we probably know who has it or had it.
Wait, they always met with murder at the end? Crazy. Alright, we'll call that one.
Huh? Oh, I know that number. Damn it.
You can't do it in the room because the dude's there. Probably. Oh, there you go. Hotchkiss.
Awesome.
Yes, hello.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. Is this Professor Hotchkiss?
I am she, Nancy Drew. Your name has a ring to it. Do I know you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we met a little while back in Wisconsin.
Oh, yes, you were the delightful young lady doling out the samples in the tasting room of that cheese factory. Yum, yum.
No, I met you at Wickford Castle.
That's ridiculous. There was no cheese tasting room at Wickford Castle.
There totally
No,
was.
we
What are
were
you talking
both
about?
guests there. I found a journal written by Marie Antoinette, which you translated.
Dude, they're
Remember?
referencing a
Thanks to
ridiculous
you,
old
suddenly
name.
all I can think about is how wonderful a nice big slab of Colby cheese would taste right now. Listen, Mandy, I'm on a deadline, so if you could please just tell me why you called.
But my name isn't...
Deadline! Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Chop, chop.
Well, now it's going to be really hard to sell
Did a
our
man
cheese
from New
sample.
Orleans named Bruno Bollet ever call you?
Ah, now there's a name you can remember. Bollet,
Snap.
nice and French. I'm a scholar of French history, you know.
Yes, I know. So did Bruno Bollet call you?
Indeed he did. Oui, oui.
Oh, you crazy, crazy kid.
Why did he call, if you don't mind my asking?
Because he had read my book, of course. The Crystal Skulls. Fact or fable, one of my best efforts. Sold like hotcakes, smothered in a rich, tangy lemon sauce.
Are you eating right now? Is that what we're
Did
interrupting?
he say anything about owning one of the skulls himself?
I would have hung up on him straight away if he had. I tell you, Brandy, if I had $1 for every crackpot who's called claiming to own one of those skulls, I'd be able to dine at the Russian tea room every evening for the rest of my life. All right, that's a bit of hyperbole, but you get the
I don't
picture.
know what it is.
I don't know.
No.
Probably a Russian room where they serve
Memory
tea.
serves, we talked mostly about the skull called the Whisperer. He wanted to know if I had learned any more about it since my book was published, which I hadn't, or if I had any theory as to what happened to it, which I didn't.
And that was the extent of your conversation?
Well, now, let me think. My, such insatiable curiosity, Nellie.
She's not
you
even trying
remind me
now.
of someone I encountered on one of my journeys. But for the life of me, I cannot remember her name or the circumstances.
Nancy Drew? Wickford Castle?
Ah, the eyes have it.
I'm sorry?
That's what Bruno Bollet said when I turned the tables and asked him if he had any idea where the Whisperer was. He said, the eyes have it. Then he chuckled and hung up.
Well, we've been collecting eyes for such an occasion.
How much would a crystal skull like the
This isn't
Whisperer be
inappropriate.
worth?
In this crazy day and age, where the shorn hair and used tissues of celebrities get sold for thousands of dollars, there's absolutely no telling, Candy. $500,000 easily. Maybe even $1 million. Maybe 2. Maybe 10. The sky's the limit. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, you silly girl.
If someone found a skull made of crystal, how could they be sure it's one of the crystal
Why
skulls?
did you phrase that in those
Wonderful
comments?
question, Francie. How indeed? Because there are sure to be thousands of fakes out there. Perhaps tens of thousands. But remember, the real skulls were made long before the tools commonly used for carving today were invented. Which means, let's put on our thinking caps.
Which one, William?
Yeah, marks on the skulls, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Modern day tools would have left marks if the skull was a fake?
Exactly so. Mind you, the marks on a good fake would be microscopic and thus imperceptible to the human eye. However, any thorough laboratory analysis would quickly unmask a counterfeit.
So the only way to prove that a skull is the real deal is by proving it's not a fake?
Nancy,
And by examining its provenance, its history
Sometimes
of ownership.
Nancy's smart,
If it
sometimes
can be
she's
shown
dumb.
that
Yeah.
a particular specimen has been passed along from antiquity
So
into
the
modern
only way to
times
prove
and
it's
didn't
real is
just
by
suddenly
proving it
appear
is
in,
real?
say, Germany in the mid-19th
Duh.
century, that would tend to support its authenticity as well.
see if derp is a choice, John, 'cause that's how Nancy's acting with the conversation. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The idea that the Whisperer can make its owner immortal, do you believe that?
I believe that things that defy any so-called rational explanations
She's back to
happen
Nessie.
all the
Yay!
time, Nessie.
Oh, Nessie.
Now, does that
Oh, she
mean
remembers our Nessie
there are
now.
mysterious external forces
Should've
at
just
work
told
in
her our
the
name was
universe
Nessie.
of which we do not and cannot ever have full knowledge? Or does it all boil down to us? If the human heart desperately wants something to be true, does the human mind have the power to make it true? Who knows? Oh, questions, questions, questions. Oh, how dreary life would be without them.
In your book, you said that all the people who've ever owned the Whisperer were
I'm rubbing this pain,
Yet
Cassie.
Bruno Bollet dropped dead of a heart
Now,
attack.
Candy, excuse me while I
Say
cut open
the
this eye.
Whisperer was in his possession after all? The scallywag! Why didn't he tell me that?
Scallywag.
Oh, that's right. I would have hung up on him. Well, if that's the case, then I strongly suggest you take a close look at his so-called heart attack, Sandy. Because if he owned the skull and he died, I guarantee you it was at the hands of someone else. Or my name's not Beatrice Gertrude Winifred Hotchkiss.
Her name is so awesome.
Wow.
I better
There
go.
are no
Thank
words.
you.
Rock and roll!
Rock and roll.
What the fuck? Alright, so it's called Ned.
Okay. I
Ned, awesome. Skulls, crystal.
don't know how much progress we've made.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Ned.
What's going on?
That one, yeah.
I think Henry still misses his
Oh, I guess
parents
this would make
a
sense.
lot.
What makes you say that?
I saw him out in the cemetery by what I think is their
Oh,
crypt.
yeah, we're not being
He
a
seemed
complete
pretty
bitch right
upset.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I get the feeling that what Henry looks like on the outside is just the opposite of what he looks like on the inside.
He looks like a complete douche on the outside.
Yeah,
What
so,
does
I mean,
that
let's
make him
hope,
on the
dude.
inside?
A nice guy.
Are you familiar with the legend of the so-called crystal skulls?
Totally almost asked
Is
that
that
out.
where aliens supposedly scattered a bunch of perfectly formed crystal skulls all around the world like thousands of years ago? And all the skulls have different magical powers?
Something like that, yeah. Apparently, Henry's uncle was the proud owner of the Whisperer, the skull that was supposed to make whoever owned it live forever.
Only now he's dead and another superstition bites the dust.
Maybe, maybe not. See, this book I found in Bruno's library said no one who has owned the Whisperer has ever died of natural causes.
So how did they die?
They were all murdered.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, you don't believe that crystal skull stuff is true, do you?
Yes, we
I'm
do.
not sure what I believe yet.
You're Mulder.
But right now, what I think doesn't matter. The people who knew Bruno had the skull, if one of them believed in the Whisperer's power, they may have figured the only way they'd ever be rid of Bruno was to cause his death.
But I'm pretty sure Henry said he died of a heart attack.
Heart attacks can be induced.
You've been watching too many of those forensic detective shows.
That may be, but what's really interesting is the skull is missing.
That is interesting.
And I'll bet you anything that's what my
being so
bony friend in the
facetious
red
right now.
ascot was looking for.
Yeah.
Does Henry know where
Nancy,
the
are we
skull
gonna have
is?
sex
I
yet?
haven't gotten around to asking him about it yet. But if that skull is still around here, I intend to find it.
I kind of figured that.
I'd better get going.
Keep me posted. You got that?
Well, you better make
Got
sure
it.
Bess isn't
Bye,
being
Ned.
murdered
Bye, Nance.
brutally, too.
Yeah, that created a calling people monster.
I'm sorry.
You better.
Wow, I finally pissed him off.
Yeah, I guess. Way to go, John. Way to go.